You can hear the music. Not a lot of people can hear it. I know, it's weird. I don't know what's happening. Gets me like right fired up. It makes me want to kick babies in the face.
Can people hear us
Yeah, people can hear us.
right now? Oh,
Yeah.
because is this what you said? Because you said you wanted to intro music or something?
Yeah.
Or like, oh no, you said you wanted a theme song or something?
So yeah, I wanted to create a theme song somehow with that program that you use, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that program would work well for it, right? But the guy who made this music, shout out to Senjin Boychuk, by the way.
Hey.
Yeah, he's at a, so shout out to him. He created that like a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that, almost close to 3 years maybe. He created that for me, and we're trying to get lyrics added to it. He's been really busy, so it's been hard. But yeah, I want to get lyrics added to it, and I figured when I saw your amazing program that turned you into a pop star, K-pop. Like I was like, fuck, that's cool. I want that, right? And I can add myself like singing to it, but yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think Nick Electric, he bought like, I think there's a package you could just get like 20, it'll generate you 20 different things. So you can just keep working with it till you find the sound you like. And
I fucking love Nick. I love him. He's on the podcast. Like,
wait, he's been on the podcast?
Yeah. Was it not this past summer? Not the one we just came out of, but like last summer, like a year ago. Yeah, Nick was on like maybe a year and a bit ago. Yeah, I love Nick.
He's the best. He's a good time.
Yeah, sure. He's not like really like in your face with the content, right? Like he doesn't really make too much. No. But like he's just always there, and he's liking and supporting, and he's got really best memes.
Did you know his name's not even Nick?
What?
His name's Brandon.
My whole life I've been lied to. What is this?
I know.
This is why I have like trust issues, man. You think you know a guy, right? Like,
that's why I'm surprised he was on the podcast and he still didn't bring that up.
Yeah, maybe he did. Now I gotta go back and listen to it.
That's so funny.
Wow. So that episode, actually, I was in a really, town with a really bad cell service. So Brandon, I guess, and we, it was really like laggy, and like I think the sound was good, but the video wasn't. Yeah. So and then I couldn't edit, so it was just kind of that way. Yeah, but fucking Brandon.
I know.
Wow, Brandon. We're turning this into a trailer, like a teaser clip thingy, and I'm tagging him in it. The hell, man. Yeah. So anyway, welcome back to another episode of On the Throne with Dick. We're just learning new things every day, like fucking Brandon and whatnot, so shout out to that guy. This week, man, I'm pumped. I've been trying to get Nicole on forever. You're gonna tell me your name's not really Nicole soon. I feel
it. In due time.
Yeah, so I've been trying to line this one up with Nicole forever. I think she's like one of the funniest people on the internet. So no, your content is fire. Like I love it. Like every time you pop up, I know I'm about to laugh. Right? And
you're sweet.
I love your content. So yeah.
And I really appreciate you reaching out.
It doesn't look like I haven't been here before, but I really haven't been here before.
No, I'm not a Twitch streamer either.
You don't do Twitch streaming?
No.
You don't play. You do play video games. Though.
I do play video games.
Yeah, you don't.
I like gaming. No. I'm open to it. Would someone want to watch me play video games?
Yes. Listen. Yes, there is. And I think you already know this. There is like a market for that.
Probably. Yeah.
There is a woman. I don't know if you've seen her or not. And like, I've never watched her stuff, but I know she exists. She like sits in her underwear or bikinis and whatnot and plays like video games live. She live streams it. Like, obviously it gets people in, right?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying do that. Like, I would do it. I'd be sitting there like skivvies and just like my Batman or my Pokemon boxers on and just playing like Call of Duty or some shit.
You like Pokemon?
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
Oh my god! Do you want to know what you want to know what I did today?
You played Pokemon Go. You caught Pokemon.
I opened up Pokemon cards.
Is that what you did you do it on live stream?
No, I don't do that like that. I honestly, this is like my second day. So I have my Pokemon cards from when I was a child.
Same.
My dad would like take me to the mall near, it's like called Metro Town, and we go to Collector's Den, and he would like get me cards on the weekends because he built roads. He's also a construction worker. And so we'd hang out on the weekends, and I'd be opening these cards, and I had this binder, and only like last week, someone was like, "Do you know how much those cards are worth?" And we looked at it. There's like an app, and we looked it up, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
There's an app for that now.
There's an app. You can take a picture of your card, and it'll tell you how much it's worth.
I have a book from like 1999 that tells me how much these cards are. Of course, there's a lot of Pokemon that exist now that didn't exist in 1999. But like, you know, I had like an ancient holographic Mew that was worth like $90 at one point. Yeah, that's yeah. No, that's pretty crazy that there's an app for that now. I used to live in Port Moody and Burnaby, so like
you did.
I know what Metro Town is.
Okay.
I used to train and try to dodge the knives and stuff to get there. Yeah.
Wait, did you grow up here then?
No, hell no. No, I'm from Ontario originally. I'm from Hamilton, Ontario. Yeah.
Oh, you're you've been all over Canada. Jeez.
Oh shit. So yeah, I'm from Hamilton. I lived in Vancouver area, so Burnaby, Port Moody.
Yeah.
That was a weird story, actually, how that ended up happening and the weird shit that went on there for like a couple months. And then from there, where did I go? I went from there back to Ontario. And then I went Ontario to Banff. We lived in Banff for like at a resort. I was like 19. And then
was that for work?
Yeah. I was lost and got stuck in a resort and doing whatever they wanted me to do. I worked at in the bistro for a little while.
Really?
Well, I washed dishes at night in the bistro in the restaurant for the resort, and during the day I would like housekeep or do grounds maintenance and stuff like that. Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. They're like, "Hey, you want some more hours?" I'm like, "Yeah, go wash dishes in the dish pit." Okay, cool. I got to like make cakes and eat them and yeah. Oh, they trusted me to dress the desserts for the customers that wanted. Like, I was doing dishes. This is how messed up this is. My hands were dirty from doing dishes, right? And they're like, "Oh, go serve the desserts." What? You know, like, what? And I had to like dress them up nicely, and they're like, "Man, I can't even dress myself nicely, and you want me to like, you know, it's wild." And then from there, I went to Saskatoon. I lived in Saskatoon for 4 years.
What?
And then I went back to Ontario, and then it lasted like a year. And then I went to Edmonton. I lived in Edmonton for 6 years. Then I went back to Ontario, believe it or not.
Are you in the trades in like in Saskatoon? And
I worked in Alberta the whole time. Like, first of all, in Saskatoon, I worked in Leon's in the furniture in the warehouse.
Oh,
right?
okay.
I was trying to get into the oil field, right? And yeah. So then back to Saskatoon for 4 years, back to Ontario, and then Edmonton, back to Ontario, and then Calgary for 2 years, and then I never went back to Ontario. It was crazy. Calgary for 2 years, been in Edmonton now for 2 years. So I spent like 10 years in altogether in Alberta. So yeah.
Wow.
I don't plan on going back to Ontario, by the way. That's not
so that's the best province so far. You're happy with
Alberta?
Alberta?
Oh yeah. Alberta's the shit. I love Alberta. BC's too expensive.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. And you know, Edmonton reminds me a lot of home, right? And it's a big industrial city, and We just love Edmonton, right? Even when we were in Calgary, we were always driving to Edmonton for a weekend or whatever, right? So, yeah.
It's where you're meant to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can hear other people coming home from, I don't know what time it is here, but yeah, they're coming home out in the hallway there. So you can hear the beep, 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 beep.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a very transient town I'm in here working. So like everyone's sort of like from other places. They just come here to work. So yeah. So what's up with you? What's new? What's going on? Your Pokemon. By the way, before we get into that, I also have all of my old Pokemon cards. Like, oh my god, there used to be a roller rink back home, right? How old are you for one?
30. I mean, yeah, I'm 32.
32. Okay.
I was like, should I lie?
26. Yeah. No, there used to be a roller rink back home, and I would have to sell Pokemon cards to go. Like, I went every single day, right? And
a roller rink.
Yeah, it was like $6 a day to get in.
Actually, I my best friend does roller skating. I think it's coming back.
Well,
like,
I rollerbladed there.
Oh, she's doing like the 4.
Yeah, you're right. It is coming
old
back.
school.
My kids asked for roller skates for Christmas.
Oh, really?
They got them, and they do it at school. There's a program that comes to their school, and they spend like an afternoon in the gym roller skating. And yeah, like my kids have roller skates, and like they love them. They love them.
Yeah,
absolutely. So
it's a good activity to do. Sorry, I cut you off. Your Pokemon cards from before, you were talking about them, and you're talking about the roller rink and like.
Oh yeah, ADHD. We just ADHD that shit. It was just like bouncing off the walls. Yeah. Oh yeah, lots of Pokemon cards. Pokemon Go. Oh man, I had every single. So I had 2 Game Boys. I rocked 2 Game Boys, and I had every single like crystal, silver, red, yellow, blue, and I would trade and it'd be amongst the games with myself.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I had them all. I had them all, right?
And I had a Game Boy Color Advance and then a Nintendo DS is what I had.
Yeah, buddy slept over at my house and stole them all on me. Yeah. I still
heartbroken.
We were 12. That was like a long time ago. But if I ever see that kid, like he's an adult now, and that's assault. Like, I still remember, like my level 100 RK9, it was just my Pikachu that never wanted to evolve, Yeah. No, I don't want to die to my old self. I want to stay with you, Dick, yeah. Oh, man. That was great. Yeah. So what's up with you? How's it going?
It's going good. I'm in a little, I don't know, transitional period in my life. I'm in my 30s, still trying to figure out really what I want to really do. I feel like at this point in my life, I've done a lot in my life. And I feel like right now I have a lot of options, which is great, but sometimes having too many options is like also very overwhelming.
It is.
And it's almost easier if someone was just like, Nicole, here, do this. But I'm having like all these different people tell me all these different things and like so many things to try, and I'm just like overwhelmed a little bit right now. But I'm working on myself currently. I'm trying to do things that I'm not used to doing, hence me coming on a podcast I've never done before.
Hey, you're blowing up on the socials, right? Like it's not much different than that. You're putting a camera in front of your face and you're talking and when you're making your videos and stuff. And man, like you have like a high production value in your videos. Like somebody said that to me one time. Gord from the Second Act podcast. Rest in peace to that guy. Not the guy. The guy's still alive.
Okay.
Yeah, Gord said to me like one time, he's like, man, you put a pretty high production value in this. And like, yeah, sure. But like, not like you do. Like there are like stages and levels to this for you.
Some of them are more like filler videos, like just get a quick laugh. But there's some I spend time on. I'm like editing like crazy. But
Yeah. What's
but
the
that's where I
longest?
come from a film background, so
Oh,
I love that.
you can tell. You can tell. I was wondering that, right? Because you can tell just the way you edit and the way, yeah, you can tell there's someone there helping you or you've had experience in it, right? Like you
Yeah.
can tell, like just the way your jump cuts and stuff like that, and the way things transition and stuff. I'm like, man, like I can't do that shit. Like, like, yeah, you can definitely tell you come from that background.
And I do it all on my phone. A lot of people ask me, they're like, "Oh, do you edit?" I used to edit on programs and stuff, but I just find my phone way easy. I use CapCut.
Yeah. I use CapCut a lot for everything too. The podcast I use CapCut for, and some of my videos. When I'm doing videos for like companies that want me to make videos for them and whatnot, like sometimes I'll put out this video and they're just like absolutely in love with it, and I'm like, yeah, like you hounded me to get it out to you for like 3 days, and I woke up, I'm like, I saw one more message, and I'm like, and then I did some voiceover. It seems so simple. It took 3 seconds. I sent it to you, and you just like creamed your pants over it. So it was just like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, and me, like when I see your stuff, I'm just like, she's on a way higher level than that.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I did a film for 10 years before I got into the trades. So that's how I kind of got into social media too, is that when the pandemic hit, movies weren't really popping off anymore. So I switched to the trades. And then like a year or two into the trades, my coworkers like really knew about my background in film. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, like you're so funny. Like you should make videos about this shit. Like you would probably like blow up." And then like within a month I had like 1 million views, and then it just took off from there. So
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
so
Well, actually, now that you've mentioned that, there's this new feature on here, right? And I'm going to call this episode of the podcast, I'm going to call like the origins of Nicole Panton. Panton is it Panton.
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 I've heard a lot of people think my last name's like Paxton, Patton,
Pattison.
like
Pattison
Pattison.
owns BC, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, Panton's not a normal last name, so people get it wrong all the time.
So that's funny that you brought that up, how you got into it, right? And then like I saw this video, and like this is a new feature for this program, and like I can share this. Like this is the origin.
Something so out of the ordinary. How are you laying me down to a dead and buried on the edge of your night, staying drunk on your vine. The angels up in the clouds are jealous knowing we found something so out of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground, sanctuary. Try to be with your touch, but Lord, return me to dust. The angels up in the clouds are jealous knowing we found.
I love that. Is that you in the video actually like laying on the ground?
That is me in one of the seasons.
You're in a season of Flash?
Yeah.
Sure. Really?
I wasn't lying. I was 10 years in film.
I thought that was a really good lookalike. I'm like, wow, good for you. And like,
no, I was in the TV show. Yeah.
Shut up. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's obviously before the pandemic, right?
Yeah, that was yeah. During and then for like, so now I'm a Red Seal electrician, but like yeah, during my apprenticeship and stuff, I would like do it once in a while, like commercials on the weekends if I was available or whatever, but it was pretty hard because I was trying to get my hours to get my ticket, right? But so I'm in the union for acting here, and because I've been in the trades for so long, my union benefits have like completely depleted. So I do have to start now trying to like book gigs again. So I'm like,
crossroads you're at?
What?
That the part of the crossroads that you're at?
That is, so I'm like, and I've talked to like the guys at work too. So I'm like kind of in the middle grounds of like I'm doing things part-time more to try and like get all these things done, because I'm also getting a lot of jobs in social media too, and I'm just trying to, because before I was doing it, I was just working, doing a million things at once, and I burnt myself out so bad. So now I'm trying to do it in a slightly healthier way, to like try all these new things and get all the work done I need to get done, and do electrical and like do all these things, but also sleep once in a while. Like,
you told me like a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, you're like, I'm not that interesting. Shut up. Shut up. Like, how you were in Flash, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm an actress and I'm a tradesman and I do this and I'm bad at it. It's like, no, shut up. You're so interesting. You're so cool. What are you talking about?
So. I'm just a little nerd.
That's no, and I love that. You can yes, you can see in your videos, right? It is like,
yeah,
you're a nerd, but
I'm a nerd.
I love that. It's funny. You make it funny. You make it interesting, and you know, even your songs. Too bad I didn't save one, man. Like no, like that program is so cool too. I don't even know what it's called right now. I gotta go back to our messages. And how much do you pay a month for that?
I actually get it for free.
I'm not cool at all. I'm just an actress, tradesperson who gets shit like that for free. No,
well, you know what? Well, I was gonna make a video about this, but I decided not to. But I'll say it on your podcast. Okay. I wanted to talk about. I was getting blasted a little bit for using AI. People were kind of shitting on it, and they were saying like it takes away the creative process. But I did want to say, like, to me, how I was using it, at least, like, I'm just using it for an instrumental. Like, the song is mine, the lyrics are mine, like everything else is mine. But like, to me, it's like, say that someone who was working with wood wanted to build like a birdhouse, and say like that's what they love, creating birdhouses. Yeah. Like, are you gonna spend the time to use a hacksaw and a screwdriver? Or are you gonna save a little time by using power like tools and using like a sawzall and exactly like it's not taking away from my creative process. It's aiding me in allowing me to post this stuff sooner to you, because like otherwise I have to record the instrumentals myself, and I have to do it myself on like Logic Pro or Pro Tools or whatever, and it's like I'm just saving myself time using technology the right way. I'm not taking away anyone's job, which I think is what people's argument is. Yeah.
It's like the guys on the rig being like, you know, like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, we dug these trenches around by hand. Well, now I have an excavator. Okay. Exactly. I don't have to break my back and, you know, die 10 years sooner, you know, like, it's shit like that, you know, like, no, man, like, I'm going to work harder, work smarter, not harder, you know? And like, I love AI for that. You know, a lot of people do shit on it. I had Bigfoot. Have you seen the Bigfoot videos on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that? The AI gorillas?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen the AI gorillas? Man, they've been all over the place. I'm
missing out.
Like Bigfoot walking in the bush talking shit, or but there's a guy in the US and he makes Bigfoot in the oil field, and he does like, you know, similar videos to me, but Bigfoot, you know, is in these videos, and he's, you know, making it relatable, but we're all watching because fucking Bigfoot, right? And it's obviously it's AI, but it doesn't make it any less funny, right? It's still a guy behind that product or that brand or that content pushing, you know, he's still doing the work. He was telling me, you know, I don't know how long it takes you to make your videos, but I know most of mine, like, I need to be able to like put my phone up, record, and just go and post on the fly, right?
Mine takes some time.
Yeah, his takes, you know, for like 8-second video is like 20 minutes, right? And then he said for his longer ones is like 20 to a minute long videos, he's looking at 3 hours sometimes, right? He's trying to, like, you know, hit refresh and get one of the ones that works good for him and put them together and make it work, right? Yeah. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of dedication to the content, right? And you know, just I don't think I could have that much dedication. Not yet. I think it's coming, but like, yeah.
So, speaking of Bigfoot, What do you think about Bigfoot? I work with some guys, obviously, in
You
the
work with
trades.
Bigfoot?
I obviously work. And, no, but I work with a guy who is obsessed on the next level. Like, he goes out into the mountains and tracks down Bigfoot. And he gets so offended if
Sounds like
you
one of those guys that can like, but the government, you know.
and if you say anything bad about Bigfoot, he just goes off on you. It is
Is
so
he
funny.
convinced that Area 51 is full of UFOs too?
I won't even bring that up. I don't even want to. Only one rabbit hole I can go down with him at a
Did
time.
we land on the moon? Is what you know, like the wind was blowing and the footstep and like, you know, like how did they get off? You know, like yeah. No, what do I think about Bigfoot? Like if he exists or not?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, that's a tough one. So, like, why not? Why not? Why doesn't he exist? I mean, there's a whole monster truck dedicated to Bigfoot, right? Why wouldn't he? What, you know what I mean? Like, how arrogant do we have to think that we're the only species of intelligence on the planet or in the
Right.
universe? You know, like
Right.
that's some straight up arrogance. You know, like UFOs can't exist or aliens can't exist or you know this and that. Well, no, they. Where do you think Oprah's from? Not Chicago. She landed in Chicago, right? Like, yeah.
BC's got a few. We also have like the Ogopogo
What
too.
is that?
Don't know the Ogopogo?
No.
That's like the sea creature at Okanagan Lake.
Okay. I don't
Do you
think
know where
I've
Okanagan
been,
Lake is?
I've been to the Okanagan, but I've never
Okay.
been to the Okanagan Lake. So, what's that town that starts with a P in the Okanagan? Pemberton?
Penticton?
Pentic, maybe? Is it Penticton?
Princeton?
No, no.
Could be
Might have been,
Penticton.
might have been Penticton. I stopped there once. We were on our way back from somewhere, and Seattle, I think, and we did a giant circle around the Pacific Northwest. Went Edmonton, Calgary, down the Kananaskis, and up, and then on the way back, we went north to Vancouver. We stopped in Stevensville, I think, where they filmed Once Upon a Time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got to check out the set of
Stevenson,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And then we
I've
went
been in
home.
that too.
No, really?
I was actually so I did like a lot of things. I did photo doubling, dancing, singing. I did stand-in. So I did a lot of stand-in for that show. There was like a redhead character, and I stood in a lot for her. Or photo doubled for her.
Like, what is this right now? I'm boring. You know, like what the hell? Like, no. What else have you been in?
I did quite a few hallmarks. I get my followers actually will send me pictures and videos like, is this you singing on this Christmas show? Like, yeah,
My
it
wife
is.
is gonna love this. We already watched 2 Hallmark movies. Like, we're just in Hallmark season, yesterday? And she's already watched 2 of them.
I might be in there. I might be. Also, a lot of people, some people don't recognize me. Like, or like people I work with too, like what I look like when I go out or when I'm like playing a character or like in film can look a lot different than you see me like on the job site or like even right now. So like sometimes people will watch me in a film and not even know that was me. Sometimes I wear wigs too, so you wouldn't know who I am.
That clip, the flash clip, right?
Yeah.
It looked kind of like you, right? Kinda, right? But it's like, no, it's just similar, right? There's similarities. It's very good portrayal or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And like there's no way, that's not her. And then it turns out like, I'm cool, like no, I fucking love that. So you were in film first and then jumped into electrical, or like you?
Well, first I thought I was gonna be a horse massage therapist.
An equestrian, what do we call these people?
Yeah, equestrian massage therapist.
Equestrian massage tech.
because I've been riding horses since I was 5. And we had like chickens and everything where I grew up in Queensboro. Do you know where Queens? You would know Queensboro. No?
No. Did I live in the area?
It's like Queensboro is like part of New West.
Yeah, no. See, like I didn't really pay attention that much. I was
Okay.
just there for a little bit. I was there for a good time and a long time.
It's like the city beside Burnaby.
Okay.
Okay. But like it's on an island.
Oh wow.
And but anyway, so we had like, and it was not developed at all. The only store we had was Metro Town. So we had to drive like 2 cities over to like go there. But anyway, so yeah, I've been riding horses since I was 5. And then I kind of like had a horse at one point when I was like a teenager. And then I was training to be a horse massage therapist, but I'm allergic to grass. I'm allergic to grass and the hay, working around the hay constantly every day. Like it started to get so bad. I would just get hives everywhere. And then I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I got to switch careers. But at that time I was like volunteering at animal shelters. I was applying to animal hospitals. I was like so into the animals. And then I switched to acting. And then
you're in Hollywood North, of course. Why not?
Yeah, because my mom used to be a model, and she's and then she was like a stay-at-home mom, and then she kind of got back into film, and then so she was like, "Oh, Nicole, you should try." So then I was getting back, or I was starting film kind of like with her, and I started with like background and all the little things, and then you kind of just get more and more jobs, and you're making hella good money.
Just to be in the background?
I made more. I probably made more in background than I did in electrical. Like, you made such good money in film. That is where it was at. And so you kind of get addicted to it because I'm like a teenager. I'm making hella good money, and because like there's like non-union shows and union shows, and back then I guess there just wasn't that many people, so I was always getting upgraded to union pay, and so I was like, damn, like I'm making a killing. And I was a young teenager, so I was like working all the shows. Like there was so many teenage like sitcoms and all that back then. So I was getting like
Nicolas Cage. The phone rings, you pick it up. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be very hard for me to say no. Like I'm the kind of person who always says yes, like overtime, yes. Oh, it's gonna be like middle of the night, freezing cold. You're gonna be in like a skirt and heels. I'll be like, I'll do it anyway. Like, yeah. So I was like, I'm a yes girl. And I have a pretty good, like, I'm a pretty hard, like I have a good work ethic. Like that's always kind of stuck with me too. And so I'm always saying yes. And then you get no, it's kind of, film is kind of who you know too. So the more they see that, the more you get to know people, the more you kind of go up the ranks too.
Yeah, you build those contacts and those connections. Yeah. It's like the oil field, right? It's the exact same. And probably like the electrical field too. Probably like the trades.
Trades are similar, yeah, for sure.
In general, right? It's kind of like, hey man, like actually there was a guy who posted online the other day, like Ontario, you have a job interview, right? Alberta, you just know a friend that's looking for a guy, right? Like and you're just like, hey, what are you doing? And like, oh hey, I'll come work, right? Like let's go. Yeah, it's something similar to that, right? Yeah. And you don't burn your bridges ever, right? Like
yeah. And then started going up the ranks, getting good jobs, making good money. And then right up until the pandemic. Then I was like, oh, switching careers. But also, good thing, because AI is probably going to take over my job anyway in film.
You think so?
Want to know what? Oh, I was going to make a video about this too. Kind of like a PSA, or is it a PSA? Like make an announcement.
Yeah.
Because, so I don't know if you watch Black Mirror, but there's
not really.
Okay. There's an episode where I think it's one of the main episodes in like the latest season or something, but they basically can take your face and like do whatever they want, like make you do whatever, right? They do that now. They're like, there's a bunch of videos on Jake Paul doing things and Jake Paul's not actually doing it.
Yeah.
So and in film, they would have these, like, they do these 360 kind of like picture scans of you, whatever, and you don't really know, and they don't make you sign anything. They kind of just, like, some photographer or some person will just come to you on set one day and it's like, oh, come to the side with me, and you're like young and you don't really know what's going on. But then now that I'm older, I'm like, me and my friends who like would have done that, we're like, what are they doing with these 3D models of us? Like, I'm probably just in a hard drive somewhere, and like, what are they gonna do with that?
When you die, you're not really dead. Yeah.
But like, yeah, like there are people who are like, their faces are being put on like porn stars or something, like, and then they're getting blackmailed for it.
Sign me up. Sign me up. That might be good for the socials. Who knows? You know, like,
I mean, look at it both ways.
Release the tape. You know, like, I didn't do it, but release it. You know, like, that's crazy, man. What was your mom in anything cool or what?
No, I don't think so. She didn't really, she kind of just did it like once in a while. She wasn't really in it like I was in it.
I worked with a guy who worked on a vac truck last year in Fort McMurray, and he we were talking, right? And I was just getting to know the guy, right? Having the podcast here, right? It makes me have conversations with people differently, right?
Yeah.
I sit there and I'm like dissecting everything about it. I'm like, so how's it going, man? Like, you know, like what you know, how did you get into this? Like, why'd you get into this? Right? Like questions that you normally wouldn't ask, like, you know, your coworker. Oh, why are you here? Right? Like, yeah. Right? And he's just like, well, you know, he's like, I'm an actor. You know, I act and I do this to pay for that. And when there's no gigs, I'm here making money still, right? And like, cool. He was in The Last of the Mohicans, and he was in Outlander. Outlander is like one of my favorite shows. You know, like I'm like, I watched that. And I haven't gone back to look for him yet, but like I'm gonna. I've been meaning to. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'm really excited about this project that's coming up in the next little bit that I'm going to be in. And he's an Aboriginal guy, right? So he's in a lot of those kinds of films, right? And like, that's cool, right? Like, you know, just blue collar people, you know, like I think everyone's got a story, and, you know, nobody really knows or thinks they're interesting until, you know, I bet you're going to be like, you know, like I'm kind of a baddie, you know, like you're going to say that. You're going to be like, you know what? I am cool.
Yeah. I guess I've done a few things.
Yeah.
I had my K-pop crew of 5 years.
You had a K-pop. Where does this end? Where does this end? I'm gonna ask, did you sing what's that song that my daughters love?
Is it the new Netflix #1 show?
It could be. What's the song though? I can't remember the song. Going up.
Yeah. That's like the #1 Netflix show, I think, of all time.
That's
and
crazy.
It's K-pop, and so I haven't been with the band with the crew for years, and I reached out to them and I was like, we should get the band or the crew back together and learn this song and dance and just perform it. And they were kind of down, but like everyone's my age, and so like a lot of them are like married with kids, and like it's hard to find time now. But you should only, if anything, only to do that sound like you guys are just hanging out. We're so back. You were so freaking back, you know, like just for that, you know, and or to do the golden or whatever the hell song is called, just to do that song. We thought about it's in talks.
Oh man, I can't wait. I love scrolling like the reels and the FYP and stuff like that. And when Nicole pops up, I'm like, I know, like I said, I already said it, but like I know, like it's gonna be a good video, right? It's
you never know what you're gonna get with me. It's like nerdy, singing, dancing, comedy skit. Just whatever I want to post, maybe a tool review. And I post a lot of random shit, and I'll post like one tool thing, and then everyone will be like, "You're a sellout," and I was like, "It's like I can't post one like tool clip."
You know, have you seen the SWA sabers everywhere?
SWA sabers.
It's like the new Star Wars lightsabers, right? Like I think they're not working or affiliated with Disney, but they're supposed to be like the best lightsabers on the market right now. I figured we were talking nerdy shit. And,
Hell yeah.
they posted like on their socials that they're looking for influencers with more than 10,000 followers, right? Like if you got more than 10,000 followers, reach out to us. We're looking for you, right? And like you go watch their original videos, and like I've got some Star Wars videos, right? Like I made one where it's like when the new guy quits, it's like you were supposed to help us defeat the dark side, not join it, right? And you know, I messaged them and I sent them those videos. I'm like, bro, I want to redo these videos with a fucking lightsaber, you know, like I got more than 10K. Let's go. I'm in, right? And like, so they read it like yesterday, I think it was. They seen it. So maybe they're like monitoring or reviewing my content right now.
Yeah.
And, see, I don't know. Instagram hasn't been all that good for me lately. It's kind of like,
I feel that's with everyone lately.
Yeah. The views, everything. I've lost followers on Instagram over the last. I was at 56K. I'm at 54.9 right now. I hover every other day, 54.9, 55, 54.9. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Facebook, though, I'm growing like crazy. Like every other day, it's like 1,000 new ones. And like, you know, Facebook's doing really good. So yeah,
that's what I heard. Steven, you know Steven J 120 volts?
No.
Anyway, he's pretty big. He got way more followers than me on his like TikTok and stuff. And he's like a couple months ago, I think he was like, I'm gonna really try on Facebook now. And now he's at 100,000 all of a sudden. I was like, whoa, you just blew up.
I gotta check this guy out, man. Like, is he funny?
He's a experimental kind of guy. Like he'll like blow up shit to try and show you electrical stuff, basically.
I like that. Speaking of your socials, like what made you decide to get into the social media aspect of it? You know, instead of just being, you know, like you couldn't just go to work and do electrical shit like a normal person, right? You had to go to work, do electrical shit, and show you know, make videos doing it. Like what made you decide to jump into social aspect?
That was mainly, it was just my coworkers telling me, hey, you're funny, like you should really like post this. And I did, but I found it really hard because I work on a big site. I've always done like 47 story towers. I've been on like commercial sites, and we got like restaurant over here and a food store over here, and like I work on big sites, and so there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people, a lot of apprentices. And so I really try to make a habit of not filming at work, or like not making sure I don't want to be a bad example for anyone. So I like filmed skipping my lunches to film, staying after work to film. But like I think that's also how I got burnt out, because it was just like it's a lot. Whereas like a lot of people who like say they're working on a smaller place, or their boss just doesn't give a fuck, they're just filming themselves at work, and then they can make a montage or something and then post it. So, and then also like I do skits. So like obviously I'm not gonna like set up a whole skit while I'm in the middle of a wire pull. Like I have to like plan it and then play. So I bring clothes to work because I'm playing multiple characters sometimes, and like it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
I'll do that too. Some days I'll be like, you know what? I gotta bring this sweater to work today, and this hat, and these glasses, and like this vest. And then, you know, like, oh, you know what? I have like a white monster and a Lonnie and this. I'm like, I think a white monster would look good on this one today. You know, like that'll take off real good.
Yeah.
And then be like, you know, I'll do a part of a video. Then I'll get really dirty and be like, oh, okay, you know what? This part of the video. Now I'm like, okay, better dirty, right? And like yesterday, I made a video last night that I knew would blow up all over the place. And I didn't post it at my regular time because I know that kind of content, no matter what time you post it, it's going to do something.
Mhm.
Right. So I just posted it at, I think like 4 a.m. when I was at work, and I just posted it because I knew, but like I panicked, right? Because my hands were covered in inverts, right? And it's, it would destroy my phone. Right. And so like, I'm like, shit. So I panicked. I made it real quick, just a little like showing him myself. And then buddy up top, he's like, man, it's like, I'll get one of you from up here. And I'm like, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in. And then so he did that, and I was like, good enough, the point has been made, So then it was filmed, which is really good too. It was actually filmed on a regular camera, not in the app. So it's on my camera roll now, so like I can use that clip or whatever for future things, right? There's no wording over top of it.
Do you usually film in an app?
Yeah, I usually film like in TikTok or Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. I started filming outside of it a little bit over the last couple months. I started like doing it outside because like there's more give and take, right? There's more leeway there. There's more, you can do more with it, right? So I started figuring that out.
Yeah, you can edit a lot more outside.
I figured
but
that.
TikTok has a filter, so it always makes you look prettier, which is so funny because when I was at Nika, some of the guys didn't know that. And I was like, yeah, you have a filter on. That's why you look so good. And then they filmed themselves without the TikTok app. And they're like, that's what I look like.
I use the inverted app, the inverted feature on TikTok all the time.
Oh, you do?
Right? Because everybody hates it, right? And they've hidden the inverted feature now. You actually got to go out and search it out now. Right? Like it's not like an option that's like, default there anymore. So yeah, like it, I like it because, it messes you up. If you look this way, you're really looking that way or whatever, but you can read things, right? And like, you can see stuff, and that's what I like. I don't want to see the troll backwards, know? I don't want that.
That bugs me in some videos, especially like if it's for a brand or something and they just keep it backwards. I'm just like, just mirror it.
Yeah, you can do that in your camera roll, but like I don't know. I've discovered, like I'm 5 years into content creation, and I'm learning new things all the time, right? I'm learning like new tips and tricks and stuff like that. And it's an ever-changing game, right? And I love it, dude. I love it.
How old's this podcast?
Oh shit, this January is gonna be 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like coming out of toddler. It's going into like preschool age.
Yeah,
it's gonna start telling me to go fuck myself. There are times where I think it does. Like it's a lot of work. It's a lot. It's sometimes it's an uphill battle. But it's the podcast is different from content. Where content, you're in it for instant gratification, right? And in the podcast, you're playing the long game, right? You're playing like, okay, well, maybe, the views or the downloads or the streams won't come for 6 months to a year, right? Like, if you have, what is it? I think if you have more than 10 episodes published, you're better than 50% of podcasts out there.
Hey.
Yeah, like most don't even make it that far. Like most of them die off. And then like if you have 100 episodes published, you're in the top, like you're better than 75% of podcasts that start out, right? And then if you're like in the 100 downloads in the first 24 hours or whatever, you're in the top 5%. And then it's crazy because you don't feel like it, right? It's when you're competing with Joe Rogan and Peterson and fucking what's his nuts over there, and the Kelsey brothers and the Hawk Tool girl. Out of everybody, I hate the Hawk Tool girl. Jealousy.
I definitely don't watch her. I watch the Kelseys though. I watch New Heights. I watch New Heights. Yeah,
a great podcast. Theo Vaughn. It's hard to compete with a guy like that. I had Trump on his podcast. Whatever you feel about Trump, whatever. Even he says it. He's like, I don't agree with him, but who wouldn't take the opportunity to talk to Trump? You know what I mean? I hate Trudeau. I fuck that guy, right? But like, but if he's like, oh, I'll come on your podcast, fuck yeah, I'll get over here, boy. You know, like
Yeah.
talking about Katy Perry, you know, how she and she liked it, you know, like
Oh my god.
shit, yeah. No, where can people find you on the socials? Like, what, you know, like, cause you're pretty big on the gram. I don't think I've seen you on TikTok, but
No, I started on TikTok. I was on TikTok for a year before I even posted on Instagram. I was just TikTok. That's my thing. Because I felt like it was just I would be spending too much time doing two different. I don't know. I just had to. I don't know. Anyway, I was only focused on one, and it's Nicole Panton. It's just Nicole Panton. Like everything. My YouTube's Nicole Panton. I think Facebook's Nicole Panton. But then Instagram came, and that sucks because this is my biggest one. And I already had an Instagram from when I was in high school, and I used NX Panton, N.X.Panton, which is actually it stands for Nicole, my middle name, Panton.
are you Xavier? You're an Xavier.
No. But there's an X in it, and
xylophone.
But yeah, and then so I just kept it, but then Instagram started blowing up, and I just realized I made it confusing for everyone because now they're not all the same. And then so recently I'm like, I should change it. I should change them all to be the same so it stops confusing people. Because every time they ask me, oh, where can I find you? I have to like be like, well, it depends where you want to find me. Like,
Yeah.
and then and also like I never know what I want to brand myself as too. Like I put Nicole Panton because I didn't want to brand I probably would have got more followers if I had branded myself as a Sparky.
Yeah.
Because no one knows what I do. If I for sure probably would have twice as many if I had electrical or Sparky in the name. But I never felt like that's who I am. Like I like to because my whole life I've been a performer. So so for me to then dub myself as fully an electrician, I feel like that's not really.
Yeah, that's cheating yourself, right? Like,
yeah,
you know, you leave followers on the table. But same, you know, if I didn't, you know, live in Alberta, I'd probably have more followers. If I wasn't oil and gas, I would have more followers. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot because I am oil and gas, but like I'd have more if I wasn't. You know, or you know, just brand yourself as just like blue collar in general, right? Just blue collar. You don't need to know what I do, but like, you work in oil and gas. You kill the world. You're an animal. You know, like yeah, shit like that. And you must be conservative. You're you're an Albertan oil and gas guy. You gotta be a conservative. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't think about that, but I can see that.
and another thing that keeps, you know, people from like hitting and we've talked about this. I have people that I'm actually friends with now. I wear the blue glasses because that's kind of like, you know, how I've, you know, it's an alter ego, right? I guess, if you will. I would never ever worn those glasses any other time. They're fucking douchey, right? They're like, why would I do that, right? And, you know, the character that I play, right, is just like, it's kind of douchey, right? And people take the internet as Bible, right? Like they see all these videos and they're just like, oh, I can't believe you do that or you say that. I made a video. It was like, laughing. I was laughing at my boss while I was drinking a white Monster, and it's like, here for the income, not the outcome, right? So I'm not stressed about anything. Like, this is why you'll never be in charge. And I was like, man, settle down, man. This is the internet. We're having fun here, right?
People take things too seriously.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Even want to know what I hate about Instagram when they released you can now like see what your friends like.
Yeah.
I hate that. I like have stopped liking things because the amount of people, and like I will like things for like random reasons. Like maybe I don't agree with the video, but I like really liked how it was filmed, or like maybe I just want to support that person for whatever reason. And like, but then people will read into the things I like and just like come at me in the DMs, and I'll just be like, oh my God.
A good example of that is I've had to stop liking, let's say, you know, a person I follow on here, you know, she's a woman and she's at the gym, right? And she's working out and she's wearing her tank top, but she's got cleavage showing and her pants are tight, right? And like, I am supporting the person. Okay, the specific person. She was on my podcast, right? And she's in Alberta and whatnot. And there's more. There's more that are like this, but like they're just what they're wearing, and I like the content. I know the grind, right? I know what they're doing. They're trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do. I like it, and then it appears on people's pages, and it's like, don't you have a wife?
Yeah.
Why are you liking this girl who's a pick-me, right? And there's like, she's not a pick-me. She's just at the gym grinding it out. She's getting healthy and fit and doing things. And then my wife is just like, hey, can you stop liking that stuff? Because it shows up in my feed. It shows up in everyone's feed. And then it's like, hey, like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But, like sometimes I'm not even liking the picture. I'm liking the caption, right? I'm liking the I read captions, right? I get
Me
a lot.
too.
I go to the comment section, and then I start, and then there are some funny ones out there, like like borderline racist videos that are like that's kind of funny, and I can't even like those, right? Like, I can't even like I just have to like chuckle and move on, right? Because then it's like like you said, I get a message, or maybe that's why I hover between 54.9 and 50. This guy's a racist. Yeah. Or it's kind of crazy that way. I like the repost feature though. The repost
I do like that. I like that. Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, there's that one. And then what's also creepy about Instagram is the location thing. They have the location map now. You can like Snapchat, you can show where you're at on the map. It uses your maps and where you're at, and it'll show you where you're. So many people use it, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to get away from telling people where I'm at in general, right?
Yeah.
Like I used to be like, hey, this is where I am. Well, now it's like I'll post like hours after I leave. Oh, I'm here. Like
I do that. I didn't even know about this.
Yeah. Do you know what? Hey, do you know what viscosity is?
Yes.
What's viscosity in your own words?
Viscosity is like, how do I say it in words? It makes me think of like viscosity is like if you're pouring something and it's like thick. It's like it's
you're getting red. Why are you getting red?
I don't know how to describe
that.
Are you
nervous? Are you blushing?
The heater came. There's a furnace right beside me, and I'm sweating balls right now.
It started when you started talking about how thick something was, and you got red when the thickness.
I could be totally wrong, but I thought it was like what's the viscosity of like
you're
molasses?
Right on track. You're right on track. Yeah,
but I don't know how to describe. It's like how dense.
Sure,
or like
you're right there. You're on it, right?
Anyway, why?
So the podcast is sponsored by the Mudman, right? And the Mudman on the rig deals in the thickness of fluid, right? The thickness of the fluid going down holes. So he deals in the thickness of your load. You were right on it. You were talking about how thick it was, and you were getting red and shit. It was wow. Good for you. I like that. So the podcast is sponsored by the Mudman, and he for all your drilling fluid and laboratory testing equipment needs, you're still blushing. I like it. and www.mudmanmarket.com, and he sponsored the podcast around episode 14. I needed a mic and a headset, and he was right there, and so he came in, he dropped that on our lap, and he made it better. And then last year, when I said I couldn't edit, last summer, he sponsored the podcast with this MacBook Pro that we're on, and I can edit now, and I record on it. I don't even need a mic and a headset because the speaker is so damn good. and it's crazy. And so yeah, I can edit super fast. There were times where it would take me days to edit. Like a podcast would come out on a Tuesday and I would have to edit like all week long because my laptop was so slow. Sometimes I just wouldn't bother doing it. I'd be like, whatever, it's going. Now it's like, oh, you know what? Like, you know, Nicole said something was kind of thick and she started fucking blushing. Let's edit that out. I'm not editing that out, by the way.
You can clip that.
So shout out to the Mudman. I love that guy. You know, he's ride or die. So
hell yeah. And what number is this podcast when it comes
oh
out?
Shit, that's another thing. This is episode 150.
Really?
This is episode 150.
Hell
150.
yeah.
150, man. Man, that's crazy to even think that, you know, 50 weeks ago we were doing, you know, episode 100. We were like, I was trying to get Mike Rowe for that, right? And I was trying to get Mike Rowe for episode 50 and 100, and I just want him to be on any episode now. We're like, you know, like, yeah, no, this is 150, and I'm pretty excited for that. You know, it's a fucking 150 straight weeks. Haven't missed a week of the podcast yet, so
that's
crazy.
That's a lot of work. Kudos to you.
Yeah, you know, like it is a lot of work. There's some stressful moments for sure, but it's actually a lot of fun. It's rewarding. The juice has been worth the squeeze. I get to have cool conversations with people who don't think they're interesting that end up being like in the flash. And, you know, I never thought I'd ever be friendly with a redhead. So here we are there too. So, you know, like
here we are. Women in trades.
Women in trades. Hey, speaking of women in trades, she's in BC too. Have you seen her content? Is
that her handle? Women in trades?
Yeah, women in trades, yeah.
I don't know.
She was on the podcast like a year and a half ago. She's really funny, like so funny and nerdy. Like she's into the Star Wars shit too. And
what trade?
I think she's a carpenter.
Women in trade. I'd have to look. I'll look her up.
She's Jess the Carpentress. Woman in trade.
Oh, Jess the Carpentress. Okay, yeah. I know her. Yeah.
She's hilarious. Have you guys met? Have you hung out?
I know, but I want. I know who you're talking about.
When I left here, because I in the summertime I leave and I go do road construction. You said your dad did road work. I go do road construction in the summertime, and I come back to the oil field in the winter. Last winter I didn't come back to here. I was here for 6 years in this job, and I went and I worked somewhere else. I got an opportunity. Buddy called me up and like, hey, you working? And then, you know, shit like that. So I went to Fort Mac and I did something new. And Jess the Carpenter just reached out. She's like, hey, I'm in Fox Creek. Where are you? And I'm like, I'm in Fort Mac, you know, like the fucking one time you're actually here, you know, and then, yeah, now I'm back. She'll probably never come back here. So, yeah.
It's how it goes.
It's exactly how it goes, man. Oh my God. Yeah. So what are your, I think you've already made up your mind which route you're taking. You the way you worded something there earlier, you're having a hard time with it, but I think you kind of know which way you want to go.
I don't know.
Smart thing to do.
I don't know. I don't know. I just want to be the best human I could be.
And that's all that matters. You do you. You know what? That's all that matters. I appreciate that. No, like that's good. That's good. Also, okay, so the podcast is also sponsored by an oil field consultant named Tracy Chabot from CRM Management. I fucking love this guy too. This past summer, I was and every time ever seems, you know, the podcast, whenever I'm trying to record in some spots, I'm up in the bush or I'm outside of town somewhere or in towns with bad Wi-Fi, Saskatchewan, looking at you, all of Saskatchewan, and just no good Wi-Fi or anything. And he sponsored the podcast this couple months ago now with a Starlink. So now I record on a Starlink too, right? And it's crazy, yeah.
Wow.
I never thought, you know, I've always had these conversations like last year before. It'd be like, yeah, I think the next time someone wants to sponsor the podcast, so I'm going to tell them I want a Starlink. And I didn't even, you know, the moment came and I was like, wow, wow, this is incredible. And that guy, he's an oil field consultant, and the reason why he sponsored the podcast is the podcast is very centered around, you know, the trades and mental health, right? And like I'm very big on mental health. I went through a pretty shitty mental health ride this year, and feeling good. So that's good. And he likes that we talk about it, and you know, we you know, we're not afraid to be I'm a man, but a man with stupid brain, you know. And
yeah, it's something people should definitely talk about more, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there's a good one. You know, like we've talked to a lot of women on the podcast that, you know, have, you know, pre-existing conditions and shit like that. But like, have you experienced any mental health things in your line of work, with like either acting or electrical work or anything like that?
I don't think like due to electrical.
No, it wouldn't be because of it.
But like obviously this past year I've been like chronically sad. Hence like I'm going on a self-growth journey now, and been going to therapy.
Yeah.
Been doing some things for myself, trying to eat better, and I don't know, do all the things they tell you to do. And then in film, I wasn't like depressed. I don't think my mental health was bad, but like something as a girl that kind of weighs on you is and I don't even think you realize it's happening when you're in it, but there's a lot of like comparing yourself to others, because I feel like there's such a standard for girls in those kind of industries, and you kind of like get into a mindset of like, oh, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not like you're constantly trying to get roles like up against other people, and you're always wanting the director to choose you, and so you're like really start like nitpicking yourself and getting in like an unhealthy kind of mindset that way. And so that can affect young girls for sure. and I think that's why a lot of them, even young girls now, have like Botox and fillers and
I
are
never
going.
noticed how many people have Botox. I've never noticed that.
Insane. And you won't know, but like it's a lot more than you think. Like,
yeah. My wife, I'll be with my wife. She's like, yeah, that person's got Botox. Like, how do you know? Like, oh, just the signs are there, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I look at someone, I'm like, oh, you know, like I kind of want to get Botox. I want to try it out. You know? I'm getting old. Nothing to do. That's what, you know, what was that Christmas with the Cranks, Tim Allen, he you know, he showed me it was time to get Botox. So, you know, I was like, I'm waiting for my
I have nothing against it.
Oh no, that's definitely something, you know, as a guy with two little girls, right? Like I just want them to be happy in their own skin, you know. I don't want them to like compare themselves to others or anything like that, right? Just be you, right? Be authentically you, and who cares what anyone else thinks. You know, my daughters have a lot of glass ceilings to shatter, so I'm here to help do that. Yeah.
And I try to do that on my like videos too. Like I try to not wear makeup in a lot of my videos when I can, and I try to like wear my homeless getup, like my like just show people like don't care what other people think. Like just be you, be quirky, be funny.
I love that. I love that. When you were doing your therapy, did you do it online or at all, or did you go?
I tried some online. I found going in person was better for me.
Yeah.
I like the whole sit on the couch, like they show in the movies, and I have my little tissue box to the side, my little journal.
You're like laying down. You're like, I don't know, doc. I don't know, man. Just give it to me straight, you know? Like, yeah, like I BetterHelp sponsored the podcast this year for 3 months.
Really?
Yeah, with BetterHelp, and I went on a 3-month run there, and it was really good. was really good. And out of that, I got 3 months of free therapy, right? So, and it came at a time when I actually needed it. I broke my ankle and I was sitting at home, and I was really down. So like, I was learning a lot about myself. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder before all that. So like, all of that shit. And then, BetterHelp came in, and I met my therapist. His name's Ian from Colorado, Jamaican guy from Colorado. And oh, dude, solid guy, right? We got off real good. I surround myself with a lot of Jamaicans, so the fact that I was, got this Jamaican guy right away was kind of cool. And so yeah, I work with a lot of Jamaicans, so and I befriend them all. They're really funny and they're really cool to hang around. So yeah, it was really good, and I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about coping mechanisms. And man, the biggest thing he said to me, because I don't talk to my dad, right, and my mom and I we get along, but like we don't really talk that much. And it's like you're mourning the loss of someone, right? And you've been mourning the loss of someone since you were 6. And I'm like, what do you mean, man? That person didn't die. He's like, man, you don't get to mourn someone that's dead, right? And that fucking slapped, right? Mourning dead people is one thing. It is a whole new level when you're mourning someone that's still alive. That's crazy.
That is one of what I've that's kind of similar to something I've been doing, but it's like, so I'm 32. Like I mentioned earlier.
You're mourning your 20s. Yeah,
I've been mourning a life I thought I would have, which is like been kind of a whole thing. Like,
I know what you mean, right? I kind of know what you mean. A life that I thought my family and I would have by this point, right? Life's expensive though, right? And it's only getting worse, and just where the world's at, right? And so we got to be happy with it's not that our parents had it easier or we have it harder. Our boomers did have it easier, but like it's not that we're not trying or we're lazy. Is that we're playing with a new set of rules, right?
Yeah,
we're given a whole new set of rules, and we're surviving the way they did, just on our rule on the rules were the cards we were dealt, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I think a lot of that what I was going through as well had to do with also what you said, like mourning the life you thought you were gonna have, right? Yeah, I didn't see myself in a rig tank at 3 a.m. getting fake chemicals, right? Here I am. Yeah. No. Hey, so you're a part of Troll too, right?
I'm not.
No. You're not? I thought you were in Troll.
I'm not.
I thought you were a part of Dirty Hands Clean. You were in the group at one point.
I was not. The only Mark's Work Warehouse was my buddy there.
Yes, you went Troll. We gotta do that. I think. Would you rock Troll shit? Would you rock Dirty Hands Clean Money?
I would rock anything.
Oh man, we're gonna get you in with Troll. I'm making that. I'm gonna make that message. I'm gonna start the group chat tonight. We're getting in. There's no way I thought you were in it. What's his name? Oh shit. He does the fucking deer videos now.
Oh yeah. Skylar Bradley.
Bradley. I love that guy. He was supposed to come on the podcast, but he went a different route with his content and his career. I think I don't even know if he's doing electrical anymore.
Oh really?
I don't even know. I don't know. Last time I talked to him, he's like, man, he's kind of at a crossroads. He doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. And he kind of changed his content around a little bit and said, hey man, I'll let you know when I figure it out. So we're talking. I still talk to Skylar, but yeah, he's good shit.
Yeah. He popped off too. He's really funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious. I love, and the deer videos. I'd never thought, like, when the first time I ever saw one, I'm like, oh, that's kind of dumb, right? And then, but it was funny in a dumb way, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if that would work, but good for you, right? And then next thing you know, the deer videos are working, right?
Yeah.
Like they work. It was like, man, if I tried to do that, I'd get hate comments. Like this guy just pulls it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the randomest videos that just go off.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. I don't want to take too much more of your time, though. I know you're at a friend's house, so I don't want to take too much more of your time. I appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Yeah, wanna know what? I am so happy that I made the decision to come on this podcast, and I'm so thankful that you kept inviting me over and over again.
I told you I was not going to stop until I got you.
I was just so nervous, but this was like the best introduction I think possible to a podcast I could have had.
Hell yeah.
Like, I feel like so good. I even feel like better about myself in some ways. Like, yeah, maybe I am a badass.
You know what? I'll be your biggest hype guy. I'll be your hype girl. I don't care. Fuck it. I made that video. I don't know if you've seen the video, but it had the Mulan sound on it. From Be a Man with
I don't know.
Strength of 1,000 lightnings. Someone commented on it this morning. It was like, bro, I didn't know you watched Mulan. I'm like, yeah, where do you think I got the idea to shave my head and identify as a man from? Oh, no. He's just like, I was tired when I wrote it. I'm like, it's fucking 6 a.m. I'm just getting off work, it's fucking brutal. But yeah, no, I told you I wasn't gonna stop till I got you on, right? Like you could tell me no a million times, I'm still gonna ask, right? And
it's the 150th. Wow.
The 150. Like we're here. Wow. We're here. You're here. And you know what? I like to end the podcast by asking one last question. And, I'm excited to hear your answer for it. Cause like, I like your content. I like you as a person, and like, we've had a lot of fun. So, I can only imagine where this will go, but so
now I'm nervous. Jeez.
Mount Rushmore has like 4 of the most influential people of all time on the rock, right? If you had your own Mount Rushmore, Nicole's Mount Rushmore, the 4 people that you look up to, inspired to be, or that have inspired you, who would they be and why? Who does Nicole look up to?
Ooh, I feel like this is something you need to ask me before we do the podcast.
No, that's why I save it for the end, and no one knows it's coming unless you've listened, right? And because it's put you on the spot. Get them. We talk about a lot of the times in the episode. We'll talk about my name's Dick, so we talk about that a lot, and then we talk about funny things like the thickness of loads and shit, and and then we end it with something serious.
Oh my gosh! Wonder what I would have 4 people, but when I'm put on the spot, I just go straight over my head. There's one person I can name is Lucas Jones, I think is his name, and he is just like he does poetry, and like I write songs. I've been writing songs since I was a kid. And his poetry, he talks about like everything that's happening around the world, and like the world is just up in flames kind of right now. And I don't know, it's just like he's so good. It like transports you to like a different place, and it like really, and there's always a twist at the very end of the poem, and it's like mind-blowing, like whoa.
You have to share some of those with me. I want to see that.
Yeah,
is he on Instagram? Or
he's on Instagram. He's really good. And like I think I get a lot of inspiration from a lot of people like that, like Jay Shetty. He used to like write a lot of kind of poetry like that back in the day, and now he has a podcast, and I think it's a podcast. And I don't know, I just like really inspirational kind of people like that. And I don't know, 2 more. I would have 2 more, but I don't know.
You got this. We got time. We got
my
time.
Mom.
Mom. You know who's on mine? Jesus, because that's what all the rappers do. Like.
Oh, I also was a rapper at one point.
Really?
I legit went to my mom and I was like, I'm gonna be a rapper, and she's like, okay, I support you. And I tried. I was like rap battling people. Like,
do we have any proof of this anywhere?
It was a whole no. No. Maybe. I hope I like deleted it all. I hope I untag myself from it all. But that was
the internet's forever.
I also, I don't know my ulterior personality would be like, I would hope to be someone like Avril Lavigne.
Hey, you know what? Avril Lavigne's pretty badass.
Yeah.
She was a girl. I was a boy.
I love that she's just so like tomboy. That's why I made that song Tomboy too. Is like I feel like it's like something that's so forgotten. Like you just see like girls have to be like girly and like wearing makeup at like such a young age, and like being a girl is like liking all these things. And it's like back when I was like young, we were in the ditches. We like did not care what we looked like. Like us girls were like skateboarding, or like we were out there playing ball with the guys. Like we didn't care about that shit. And I really
don't too many tomboys anymore.
And now it's and that's why I made that song, as in to like be like, bring tomboys back. Like tomboys should be the new sexy. Like
yeah. Hey, I want a girl that can lift me, like power lift me, and swing an axe harder than I can. Hell yeah. Have a trucker mouth on her and like just mustard stains on her white t-shirt and stuff. Like it doesn't have to be a white t-shirt, but like I don't know. That was I don't know. Yeah, that was weird. But no, that was tomboys. And I like your music, by the way. I didn't know like you were a songwriter, but like
but like obviously the songs I post on Instagram, they're just jokey, funny. Like they're not. But I used to go to the studio and actually like try and record professional shit. But like now I just use that to make like little bits here and there. Like it's not supposed to sound great, but it's just supposed to make you laugh a little bit.
You know what I'm calling this podcast, right? I don't know if I told you completely yet what I was calling this episode.
Well, the origins of Nicole, based on that Flash video.
Yes, the origins of Nicole Panton.
Yes.
Nicole Panton. Yes. I appreciate you coming on, though. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was amazing. This was way better than I thought. I was so nervous.
What did you think we were gonna do? You were gonna sit around and talk about ivermectin for 2 hours, and then,
I don't know. Like you're just gonna drill me on. I get a lot like all like, what is your advice to the young girls in the trades, and like all these very generic questions. But this was nice to just like, I just felt like I could be myself and just talk freely. And I don't know. And you just made me feel comfortable. So thank you for that.
I told you that's my job,
Thank
right?
you.
It's like, hey, you don't have to be interesting. I have to make you interesting, right? It's up to me to like find that way in there and pull that out of you, right? And someone said to me like, I've only had one episode where I literally couldn't find a way in to make someone sound interesting. They were just not.
There's no
like, that podcast ended after 30 minutes, and like I never posted it. I couldn't do it.
Oh
I was
no!
like, wow, this is just and I have it saved on my computer if I ever need to throw something out, but like it needs to be thrown out. like no offense to that. They were just, that's not their style, right? They're just they were just like, we don't, and they warned me, right? There was 2 people on there and they warned me. They're like, we're shy and we don't really talk, right?
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Hey, I like to talk, and I figured I could make them talk, and I couldn't. I failed that day. That's one of those times where I said the podcast gets stressful. It was then. That was one of those times. Another time is I recorded with this woman, and I have the recording still. But like I recorded with this woman. She mentioned COVID once. I made a little joke about it, and then we ended it after a little while. And then like she sent me a text message saying, I don't want that to go out. And it was like Sunday night, and the podcast goes up on Tuesdays. And I had fallen behind a little bit, right? And so I was just like, like shit.
Like, couldn't you just cut that part out?
That's what I said. I'm like, I could edit it. And she's like, no, I don't want to go out. I'm like, all right then. Whatever. Oof. It is what it is.
It happens.
And that's.
But this was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I hope you have a good night.
You too.
Hope you get some sleep.
Yeah, I gotta work. I gotta get up at like 5:30 tomorrow. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, stay frosty.
Always.
All right, thanks for coming.
I'm in Canada.
Yeah.